Hello, my name is Lyndall Strazdins and I'm from the Australian National University. This paper, titled "Not All Hours Are Equal," asks whether we should consider time as a social determinant of health. Daily exercise and good nutrition could reduce the epidemics of obesity, diabetes type 2 and heart disease. Yet, despite the benefits, less than 5% of Australians walk to work each day, only 1% cycle. Why? Well, when asked, what they tell us is that lack of time ahead of either lack of income or knowledge is the main barrier they face. Why do so many people say they're too busy or time pressed? How does public health make sense of this? Are they making excuses, too lazy, ignorant, apathetic, lying, neurotic, mistaken or foolish? How should we think about time? How should we measure it? And how should we respond? We wanted to start taking people's time seriously. Political economists such as Marx, Nyland and Thompson argue time is much more than simply hours and minutes. It's a multidimensional resource and it's based on power. Within a market economy, employers pay workers for their time. In this exchange, time refers not only to how long people work, but how fast. Marx argued that profit can be made by increasing the amount of time people work or increasing the intensity of time, that is, how fast they work and how much they're doing. Within economies such as ours, time is a commodity. It's counted, it's controlled, and it's valuable. Efficiency is the new virtue. We strive to do more with less, and this increases time's intensity. Technology plays a role here too. We can now communicate, travel, consume, and produce at a speed unimaginable even 50 years ago. Thus, people are trying to, and indeed able to, do more in each hour, by rushing through things, compressing time and multitasking. Everything's happening faster. If time is to be taken seriously as a social determinant of health, we need evidence. So we constructed two measures of time that could be used longitudinally. The first measure assessed people's total time commitments in terms of amount or hours spent each day. The second measure, intensity, used a single item asking people, how often do you feel rushed or pressed for time? While heavy work and care loads were the strongest predictors of time poverty or rushing, time poor people had higher incomes, but those who rushed a lot did not. In fact, women, lone parents and people with health-related problems were much more likely to rush once we'd adjusted for covariates. We found that odds for physical inactivity increased by about 50% if either time commitments went up or when people often or always rushed. Self-rated health, though, was not related to time poverty, but it was to how often people said they rushed. But found that people who often or always rush show between 300 to 500% increased odds for poorer mental health. Work hours have generally gone down. Technologies have sped things up. So why do people say they lack time? Social science theory offers some insights showing that increased affluence, speed and productivity has come at a time cost that includes, but it's not confined to, hours and minutes. We find evidence that there are temporal dimensions to how societies shape health. By drawing on social science theory, we offer a framework and two measures to investigate it. Should time be considered a social determinant of health? It's a question we hope our paper raises.